Hi Flosstube, I'm Lori and welcome to Once Upon a Stitch. Today is Monday, January 18th, 2021. The sun is shining so far. Sometimes it shines in the morning and then gets cloudy, but it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and before I go about my daily chores, I wanted to come back and give you an update of what I've been up to, answer any questions you might have had since my last video, and just meet with you guys. It's always wonderful coming back and sharing what I've been stitching with you and reading all your wonderful comments. So thank you so much. Thank you for my subscribers that come back every video, whether you make a comment or not. I'm just really happy that you do visit with me. So we're going to get right in this. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I know there's a lot of videos out there that are showing their whips, like end of year whips and plans for next year. I did that a little bit earlier because I knew a lot of people were going to do it at the end. So my video number 62 is where I tell you what my plans for 2021 are. I basically tell you all my new starts for the year. And number 65 was my whip parade. Okay. A viewer had questions when I showed the Aida fabric that I washed last video, and this is it here. I brought it back because, and I pulled it out of the garbage because I wanted to make sure I gave you the right brand. It's loops and threads, and I believe I got this at Michael's, and it was the long tube that it came in. And what I did was, I have a short cycle on my washing machine for 15 minutes. I did throw some detergent in it, and I threw this in it, and it was very stiff, and you can see it's very soft now. Now, I'm not saying all Aida gets this soft. For instance, I purchased these little bags. I purchased at Needleworkers, and it's an 18 count Aida parchment. It's a Zweigart base. So when I take it out of there, one of them I threw in the wash. This one's a little bit softer than this one. This was just out of the bag and ironed. And this is washed and ironed, and it's a little bit softer. Not by much, but it's, it's softer than this. Is a little stiffer. So I wanted to show you that it all depends, I guess, on the type of fabric the Aida is itself, how it's going to come out of your wash. It does get the sizing out of it, and it does make it a little bit softer, but as soft as this, not all Aidas come out that way. But I found that, and even the dyed fabrics, some of them are very soft, and I put them in my Q-snap to tighten them up. And some of them, even though they're dyed, they're just as, I don't want to say stiff, but not as soft as the looser ones. Okay. Somebody asked me, how do I decide what I'm going to start? I had to think about that for a while because, we want to start it all. Everything that we purchase because we like it with the intention of one day stitching it. So what I did when I made my plans for 2021, I said, I'm going to stitch, I think most of them are large, somewhat large projects. And I bought them for a reason. I bought them because I wanted to stitch them. So I decided to pick out so many. I put in a few smaller ones in there too, but for the most part, they're projects that are going to be hard to finish in 1 year, especially since I only work on it 2 days a month because of my rotation. So, but it's a start, and that's how you move on. You do a little bit every month and you make progress on it. Some days, depending on the days that I stitch on, I can make more progress than other days. A weekend, I might be able to get a little bit more stitching in the winter. What was nice was James and Amy, my son and his wife, purchased a home. So my husband has been going over there to help paint. And So he's out of the house. After I do my chores around the house and things I have to do, I can sit and stitch for a couple of hours and get a little bit more of a push on a project. So that's always great. And then like this weekend, it was difficult to stitch because Saturday James rented a U-Haul and some men to come move, and we all went over to help, and Michael and Rebecca were there, and Amy's sister was there. So we all, pitched in different ways to get them moved out, most of the stuff. My husband's going back there today to take the TV and our car and stuff like that. So he'll be out of the house again. So stitchy time. So anyway, how do I decide? It's just that I guess the love of a particular project that I want to start, and I just decide to start it. And some things I want to start sooner than others. And I had mentioned that in the afternoons on the days that I have Caleb, well, whenever he takes his naps, sometimes it's morning. When he's napping, I would try to stitch a little bit on a Christmas ornament from Just Cross Stitch magazine, because they have ornament of the month. So every month they tell you to stitch a new ornament, and if you don't like that ornament, I think they allow you, if you want to participate, that you can have two alternate projects to stitch on. So I hope that answered how I choose my projects. Basically, I just decide what I want to start and I start it. Or I plan to start it. I put it in my plans. And because I stitch on so many things, it's not difficult to just keep adding. Okay. I am the winner of the Patoki lap stand. I did not get it yet. I'm assuming they're waiting till after the Christmas rush of everything getting and settling down, and maybe them feeling comfortable to get to the post office. But when I do get it, I will definitely be using it, and then I will share it with you, my feedback on it. Okay, an update of my water heater has been replaced. The adjuster came for the damage from the falling tree, and my neighbor, I think Friday, my neighbor, who the tree was mostly on his property, had the tree service here. He took down that tree and two others on his property that butt up against our property. And it's funny because we were going to take down our pool this year because we've had it since 1994. And my husband's afraid it's just going to fall apart one day. So we were going to do it this past summer, and then we said, oh, let's wait one more summer. Caleb be at least almost 2 years old by summer, and maybe he'll enjoy it a little bit more before we take it down. So the plan was to take it down after this summer. And now that the trees are down, we get so much more sun earlier in the morning, so it should warm up the pool really nicely. And oh well, it is what it is. Okay, so what I decided to share with you, I had wanted to participate in WIPGO that Jessie Marie started. And I found it a little bit difficult because when I put my goals in my projects, I didn't have 25 projects to put in. And because I slotted new starts in certain months, and if she called them, which she did call her numbers, and I kind of tried it, but she called when I didn't start yet. So I guess I can, whenever I get to it, if I hit my goal on it, I could then check it off. So it's kind of confusing. I don't know if I'm going to participate this year, but it'll be something in my mind to definitely want to participate in next year. But what I did do on every project that I have started or will be starting, I put a goal in of what I would like to accomplish by the end of the year. If I surpass it, great. If I don't make it, oh well, I'll try again next year. But it's just something to work towards, and some of them seem to be a little bit more reachable than others. So once I share the goal once with you, I'll mark it on my little tag and I won't repeat it. But if it's any new project or a project that I haven't shared with you yet, I will share the goal with you as well. And I'll try to be more precise in telling what fabrics I'm using, because I know a lot of people do ask me. And I usually don't stitch on what's called for, because it's usually 32 or higher, and basically it's that. It's 32 or higher, so it's going to be an Aida for me or a 28 count, and it will be a little bit larger. Okay, the first thing I'd like to show you is the monthly stitch along that I worked on from Just Cross Stitch magazine. I'm covering the pattern, and this is it's called poinsettia. This is the pattern, the ornament, and the designer is Punochka. I'll put it closer if you want to read it. I'm not good at pronouncing very well. And this is my finish on that ornament. And it's just done on a blue 18 count Aida. So instead of doing it on the that color, I did it on this color, so that the white would show up more. That was my intention of showing the white. And okay, what have I been stitching now? New starts. January had 2 new starts, and the first one was a chart that I had won from Blitz Stitch Brian, and it came in four seasons, and I did the 4 seasons. Yeah, I guess it could be seasons. This was the Valentine's tree, and it's called Lovebird's Tree, and I don't know which picture is easier to see. And after looking at the patterns and really investigating what's involved in them, I don't think I'm going to stitch the other ones. So eventually they will be a giveaway in a future episode. This is my Lovebird's tree, and it was a start and a finish. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and find another charm like this. I don't think I'll find this little charm, but maybe I can put a button. And there were supposed to be beads on here. I did not put the beads, so they're still in the packet, and I'm going to see if I can find the charm before I give away the pattern. So this is Just Nan Designs. This was stitched on a 28 count mushroom Lugana, and what he also sent the fabric, the 32 count natural. So this was the closest that I had to fabric that I chose. So this will be put in this. The charms will be looked for, and it'll be a giveaway in a future episode. Okay, the next one that I worked on was Little House Needleworks, and this is I'm doing them together. I did the fire station and I did the post office. Let's see if I have a picture of the post office up front here. It's the post office. And this I'm stitching on a 28 count light gray Lugana. This was the post office. And I took out the tree because there was a tree between the mailbox and the post office, the building itself, and I took that one out. And so I have the fire station and the post office. And next I'm going to, this was my dilemma. I think too much. I says, I'm going to put the school here. And I'm saying, would the school be near the post office? And then I would say, well, you know, the little ones could have pen pals, and they can just walk over to the mailbox and mail their pen pal letter to their pen pal. The things I think of. So anyway, right now the school is going to be next, unless I change my mind. So I was able to finish the post office. Now, my goal for this is a finish on it. I believe I'm going to try and get five houses of some sort in a row, and I think that's what will fit. As long as the 5 fit, I'm going to do all 5, and I'm going to shoot for a finish. That's my goal. Then I stitched on Blackbird Design Anniversaries of the Heart Snow Garden, and I told you that I wasn't going to stitch them as all one big piece. And my problem was deciding whose information to put on these. That was the hardest thing of deciding, because January, there are so many people in my family. Even though my mother passed away, her birthday was yesterday. She would have been 99. My mother-in-law is the 6th of January. My daughter-in-law is the 16th of January, and my husband's the 23rd of January. And we have other family members too, but this is the immediate family. So what I did, and this is stitched on 28 count light taupe Jubilee, and I finished it. And I started this in December as a 2-day start, and then I finished it. And I put the 4 people initials in, and I changed the color to be, I changed the color because of the peacock, because Emily from Eclectic Possessions changed hers to Age Pewter. So I did mine as well in Age Pewter. And then I just picked a DMC color that was a little bit darker than the peacock, so I can make the initials stand out. So some months we have a lot going on, and then there's some months that I don't know anybody or anything that happened. So so I have to figure out how I'm going to personalize the blocks perhaps differently. And my goal for this project is to complete 4 houses. So the next one in February, I think I have it scheduled for February. Within, like, you can't see all the information on here, but in my last video I showed you that where certain months I was going to stitch on certain things. So I believe I have this scheduled for February, because it's a February month, and it's called Valentine Rose. And I don't know what fabric I'm going to stitch this on yet. I think I might do more of a country mocha type of thing rather than the light taupe. But so this will come out in February, and I'll show you my progress on that one. So like I said, the goal is 4 houses for the year. The next was a primitive hair pattern, La Befana, and she's the old woman that goes around in Italy on the 6th of January, which is was my mother-in-law's birthday, and she puts things in the children's stockings. And I remember my mother telling me when she was little, she would get oranges in the stocking, and they used to think that was like the best thing in the world, to get an orange in their stocking. And my goal for this is to finish it by the end of the year. This is how far I've gotten on it. And this is stitched on an 18 count Aida Country Mocha. I didn't do any of the outlining of the face yet. But, and here's the pattern. This is the only one I ironed this morning because it was in a Q-snap, and it was really, I don't like ironing them too often. But this one had the Q-snap marks pretty, because it was a stiff fabric, so I thought I'd just iron that one today. The next is the Red House sampler. I started this in December, and this is where I have gotten to this one. Oops, this side. Let me get the cardboard. I had done the border all the way around, and it matched. But what I did was I put a stitch here in the corner, so I knew which was my upper left-hand corner once I, because when you pick it up, I mean, well, basically it could have been upside down, but I did it so I would know how my orientation was. And this time I stitched 2 more flowers. I stitched the alphabet. I'm going to put my initials in the red that's called for. And I stitched this. It looks really pretty. I think so. And that's the Red House sampler by the Sampler Company. I'll show you the pattern. And my goal on this is, oh, I didn't write the goal there. I believe the goal was to do the alphabet and this top row across, the very top row. Okay, I don't know if I was in the camera. Finish the alphabet, the top row, and the top row of the flowers. So I will be scheduling that quite a few months in order to achieve that goal. Okay, this is the one I love. I love them all, but I don't know, for some reason I really enjoy working on this. I meant to get the larger picture of this to show you. This is Long Dog Sampler Templar Prophecy. And my goal, this is on a 28 count white Lugana, and my goal is to get pages 7 through 12 done, because the first year I was able to get the first 6 pages done. So I'm hoping the same progress for the next 6 pages for this year. I'm going to stand up so I can show you what I've accomplished. So from his bottom feet, minus his talons, which I didn't put in yet, and the dragon's teeth, because they're done in white over the black, and these are black over the white, I've stitched from here all the way down. This is the finish of page 7, but what I decided to do was go into 8 so that I can close in this dragon, because this is all, it's back stitched, not back, well, straight stitch, back stitch. It's a pattern that's not cross stitch. So if you look back here, yeah, this one, it's all back stitched in here. There's no cross stitching in here. So I wanted to close off the dragon so that I had a border that made it easier to figure out. Like this is one line right there. There's one line, 2 lines here. So this is all going to be back stitched into a pattern that hopefully in the next rotation I will complete that and be able then to keep going this way. So almost a finish on page 7. Hopefully I'll do that in the next rotation and be able to do a little bit more on page 8. And I'm loving this, even though, you know, it's large and it's one color. So, and I'm using Anchor Black, and I really enjoy working on it every time I pick it up. Okay, next one, Blackbird, Anniversaries of the Heart. Put it sticky here so I can get right to the picture, but you must have seen it a kabazillion times. Christmas Garden by Blackbird. And falling off my chair here. This is where I've gotten on that one. Okay, I worked, see, down the border. Okay, I continued down here. I think I had 5 flowers done, so I brought this down so that I can then start working on this cross border. And I did this motif, this motif, this motif, the deer, and the start of this urn. And that urn is like the center part of that top row. And my goal is to finish this top section. So I'll start working across, and then I'll start bringing the border down on that side. And that's my goal for this year on this pattern. I think it's doable. It seems to be moving along when I'm stitching on it. It's I love the border. It's somewhat of an easy border. So I think I should be good. Okay. I worked on Lantern Lane. Is this the last one? Yes, this is the last one that I can show you today that I've worked on. And I worked on this on Thursday and Friday this past week. And this is the pattern. I'm stitching it on a 28 count Legacy Lugana from Picture This Plus. And I had, on Thursday and Friday, I stitched the tree, the bird, the lamppost, the snow, some of the steps going down here, the gate, and that first line of light stitching, and then I put it away. Then on Saturday we do a Zoom meeting, and we had a bingo call, and I got the bingo number this week. I haven't been lucky in getting all those numbers, but I did get it this week, and it was on Lantern Lane. And usually we pull it as we're on together at around 8 o'clock at night. But they called it earlier because the picker, or the caller that does the random number, she had a prior engagement, so she put it out a little bit earlier. And I had just put it, so I knew what it was before we sat down for our Zoom meeting. And I says, you know what, I'm going to pull it out and put in the 200 stitches. So what I did was I worked on the wall down here, and that was over 200, so I met my goal. I posted it into our group, and this is how far I've gotten on this month. Now, my goal for the year is to finish it. That would be nice to have it out for next Christmas and winter. It's a beautiful pattern, and that's a Little House Needleworks pattern. Okay, that's all my stitching. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to do a giveaway. But before I have a giveaway, I want to just share with you something that happened to our family this weekend. Because it was Rebecca's birthday and my husband's birthday, and we were over James and Amy's house on Saturday. They prepared lunch for us, and we always exchange scratchy tickets. We call them scratchy tickets. It's the lotto tickets that you scratch and see if you won and this and that. And so they gave them to my husband and Rebecca. And Rebecca was scratching them, and like she was winning. And my husband's like, nothing. So he finally won one. And I just want to show you how it happens. Let's see, I will close this one. You had to scratch one side, and if you had 3 that matched, you won the prize on the other side, and then you scratch on that side. So Rebecca was so excited. She had the three whatever that she had copied, and she was like freaking out. And I'm like, oh my God, what did she win? $100? $500? More? I mean, it was like ridiculous. Like, she was like in shock. So Michael goes, give me the ticket, let me look at this. And then he got quiet. So my husband was scratching away. And this is what we got. We won. We're having a baby. James and Amy are expecting. I'm gonna be a grandma again. I'm so excited. So yeah, we won big time on that one. So I thought I'd just share that with you. People that have been with me know that I'm always, not always, but I like to bring you up on Caleb and things like that. So the baby's due in September, and we're hoping everything goes well, and that's all we can hope for and pray. And Caleb was born in September. Amy's due in the beginning, so it could be an August baby. So we're very, very excited. that our family's growing. And so yesterday, what we did when we were at my we went to my mother-in-law's yesterday. We hadn't seen her in a number of months, and because it was her birthday, and we hadn't seen her Christmas because of COVID. We said we're going to make the trip. So James and Amy gave us one of those extra scratchy tickets for her, and we bought a couple more because she loves doing them as well. So so it was a nice surprise to see them. And she lives with my sister-in-law, and my sister-in-law's partner was there. So it was really nice, but not everybody knows. So the people that Amy would want to tell personally don't really watch my videos. And so she'll be able to surprise them, but I thought I'd share it with you. Okay, I am going to do a giveaway. I'm so excited. I'm going to do a giveaway today. It's going to be 2 patterns. They're like practically brand new. There's no markings on them at all. And you have to be 18 years or older. Don't say a giveaway in your clue. I'm going to only hold it for 1 week. So January 25th, which is next Monday at 11:59 p.m., it shuts down. And then I'll pick a random number generator and pick a winner. And I'm doing these 2 patterns basically because I can throw them in a small manila envelope. I have stamps that I had purchased from the post office ahead of time, and I could just put it in the mailbox. I don't have to go into the post office, wait online, have people breathe on me. So that's why I'm picking the patterns that I'm picking to share with you this for now. When I feel more comfortable in going to the post office, then I'll do the things like the lovebirds tree that would have fabric in it, so it had to be weighed and everything. But for now, we're just going to keep it light and just a little something of thank you for watching my videos and making comments. And I'd like you to answer one question. And the question is, what one chart or pattern that you would like to own that you don't own now but would like to purchase? It's on your radar. For instance, mine would be, there's a few, let's get real, but mine now, because of seeing people stitching it, is a Reflex de Soie, G Légère, I think that's how you say it. I've seen Deb's from Country Stitcher work on it. I believe Mommalovesyougb Michelle is stitching on it. There's a few people stitching on it, and I love the alphabet font. I love the piece in itself. And so yeah, that's going to be on my short list of purchasing soon. So what would be on your short list that you would like to purchase? Okay, these are the 2 giveaways. The first one is a Plum Street, Peace, Love, and Purpose. And for this, say love, since Valentine's Day is coming up. We'll say love on this one. And the next one is the Abbey Rose Design Sweet Summer. And for this one, just say summer. And you'll be entered to win the pattern. Write your name down. I'll write the pattern that you're interested in, because I always like to share the answers with my viewers. And I'll do a random number generator, and somebody will be selected, and I'll pass the patterns on to you. Alrighty, guess that's it. Hope to be with you in about 2 weeks, and I hope you have a great 2 weeks. It's peaceful. And until next time, guys, stay safe. Love you. Bye.